guys, we did it. we fucking did it. Wow. So I'm not gonna tell you what we did right away, but let's just say that we did it. This is gonna be a big update video. I don't have this really planned at all. I'm just gonna gonna go with it. There's gonna be a lot of stuff here. It's gonna be my real voice, and it's gonna have some imagery at some point in this video, if you even want to call it a video. It's mostly just gonna be my logo here. But we did it. we fucking did it. Or I guess I did it. I should say. So let me just give you some background for anyone who doesn't know who I am. So I am Blood. I've been making Barney Bunch videos since 2007, so I guess that's pushing 13 years now. On and off, I haven't done it consistently this entire time. But if you don't know me, I'm Blood. That's the logo there. I've had many YouTube channels throughout the years. I've been making new channels because my old ones get suspended often. So that's my way to overcome, that problem. So I'm 27 years old. If you guys don't know that. I am 27. I'm not going to give my birthday or my real name. If you've been on the Discord enough, you know it, but I'm not going to get into too much detail. But I am Blood, and this is the real Blood. I think people have tried to fake me before, but I am Blood. So what happened? So let me just start with the good news. I just bought my first house. My first ever house. I've had, I think, 4 apartments before this, and I was renting a room in somebody else's apartment for the past 2.5 years. After finally moving back to Florida. I'm going to say I'm in Florida. I'm in South Florida. I'm not going to say much more than that. I bought a house in South Florida, right by the beach. I'm a mile away from the beach. This house, it's nothing fancy. I will show you a video of it later on in this video. I'll give you a little tour of the house, but this is a big fucking deal. This is a huge deal for me. Before this, like I said, I was renting a room. And it's just, I couldn't make Barney Bunch videos there. So what happened was, I was actually caught looking at Barney Bunch videos by my roommates, and they, they didn't care or anything, but it was just annoying to them. They heard me listening in my room one day, and, they're just like, wow, stop playing that so we can hear it. And, it was really embarrassing. I want to stress that. It was really embarrassing. Which I love using that in Barney Bunch videos, embarrassing. But no, it was very embarrassing to get caught looking at Drew Pickles and Barney pornos on my computer. So I had to take a break, more or less. And I was getting really into work again and everything. And here's also what happened. I'm sure a lot of you know this about me, but I'm going to kind of be open here if anyone doesn't know. And plus, hopefully there'll be future people who check out these videos, and they, might not know too much about me, being one of the oldest members here and everything. But so what happened was, during my break, I was coming in on and off. I was making appearances here and there. I had chances to make videos from time to time, but I just had to take a step back and not be playing it all the time, because I'm sure you guys know the people who are really into these videos. I mean, you think and speak, and you hear Speakonia in your head, and it becomes really dominating on your life. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen that. I mean, how, obsessed we are with this stuff. There's some theory that goes into these videos. I'm going off topic for a little bit here, but it's my video. I can do what I want. If someone comes up to you and just says, they introduce themselves, and then they introduce themselves as a gay, poopy, homo, faggot boy. What are you gonna fucking do? You can't you can't deny it. It's their life, so they get to be whatever sexual orientation they want. But nobody wants to fucking hear about it. But it's you can't tell them to stop, because then you're oppressing them. So it just gets into this very humorous cycle. It's and when people get offended by it, and then they ask you to stop, you're just playing right into it. So that's the humor I've always seen in the Barney Bunch. And I've been doing this for 12 years now. I was 15 when I started. I think I first seen some videos when I was 14, but I didn't make any until I was 15. So that's what was going on. I kind of had to take a step back and not be as into it, living in somebody else's home and everything. But now I have my own house. I can be loud. That's the other thing. The other thing I really fucking like. I'm a loud fucking person. Okay. And I've always had to except when I had my own apartment, when I didn't give a fuck, but that was being very impolite, to my neighbors and everything. I've been in, some shitty bands before, I did some screamo and some bands, and I played bass guitar and I'm really shitty at it. So, that annoys people. But now I can be as loud as I fucking want. You know what I mean? Like, I probably wouldn't want to, throw a rager in the middle of the night or anything. But, I'm speaking at my comfortable volume right now. And that's something I never get to do. Like, I don't get to do this at work. I don't get to do this. I didn't get to do this at my last apartments. Last couple, there were some before that I didn't give a fuck. But it's been a few years since I've been able to be alone and just be able to be loud and be myself. If I want to sing a song, I can go ahead and do it. If I want to go, no one's going to stop me. This is like my own house. I don't have any neighbors here. I mean, I have neighbors, but they don't hear me. Like, they're in their own houses. Like, this isn't like an apartment neighbor where you're like having to be quiet. This isn't a dorm room where you're having to be respectful of others. I can pretty much do whatever the fuck I want here. And that's, for me, it's a huge deal. So what happened over the past 4 months after I got caught looking at Barney Bunch videos? So, I mean, I was doing my own thing with work and everything, but it needs to be stressed. And like I was hinting at before I went off topic there, and I'm probably going to go off topic a lot. I ramble. I'm not a professional video maker, when it comes to actually speaking or anything. I make the Barney Bunch videos, but that's, I kind of prefer behind the keyboard. Like, I don't really talk too much, but I figured this was important. But you guys should know, so I relapsed. If you don't know, like, I do a lot of drugs. I really do. I mean, like, and I never really stop. I mean, I take breaks. I've actually been clean for the past 2 weeks. I've been at my mom's house. So I'm pretty good at, like, stopping. Like, I'm really good at stopping. Like, I've never been to rehab or anything like that. I don't have a DUI on my record, which I'm really lucky I don't. So if you're curious about what I relapsed on, I'll get into everything. Then I was doing a little bit of heroin, not really too much heroin. Heroin's not really a big deal for me. I'm not big on opiates, and I'm kind of a pussy when it comes to heroin. Like, I don't have to inject it. I've never injected it. All I have to do is snort it, and like, I'll puke like a lot, and I'll keep doing it. I don't OD or anything, but I'm taking like such small amounts. Like, I'm taking these like little baby amounts, but I'm just like puking like all the time. And most of my friends, my family, they've agreed, like, I'm not really bad on heroin. Like, I'm fine on heroin. Like, people think I'm a pretty fun dude to be around, other than the fact that I'm puking the whole time. And I do get pissy later on, like, I just kind of want to be alone and, like, seclude everyone. I don't eat anything. I vomit everything, and then I just kind of, like, beat myself all day, and later when I crash, I feel like shit. Like, I feel like fucking garbage. But I'm not really an asshole about it. Like, no one really hates me on heroin, but the problem is, like, I get constipated. And I don't like being constipated. I like to poop every day. Pooping every day. If you're not pooping every day, you're doing something wrong, okay? Like, I like to poop every day. I like to poop multiple times a day. I cater my diet so that I'm pooping. And when I'm on heroin, I don't poop. Like, I get really constipated, and it feels really uncomfortable. Like, it feels really uncomfortable to have poopy inside of you that you can't get out. So that's why I really don't want to do heroin. But heroin wasn't the problem for me, okay? And you're gonna think like, oh wow, heroin's such a hardcore drug, blood. Like, that's serious stuff. We're worried about you. Like, no, don't worry about me. Heroin wasn't the problem. The real problem for me, and I'm dead serious here, was Xanax, okay? Xanax, any benzo really. Xanax was the main one. Alprazolam, that's also Xanax. That's the pharmaceutical name. But I was getting them off the dark web. And let me say, by the way, if anyone, I mean, like, I know, like, probably most people in the community don't do as many drugs as me, don't do as much drugs as me. Some of you probably don't do any. Some of you are probably like young kids, and you're like, what the fuck? But let me just say, for those of you who do drugs, if you're not buying your drugs off the dark web, you're fucking up, okay? The dark web is fucking amazing. Let me just say that right now. Like, you can get the best fucking drugs in the fucking world, and right at your fingertips, right delivered to you. It's amazing, okay? If you're doing drugs and you're not using the dark web, fuck you, okay? Get on the dark web. Get on Tor, get on Empire Market, or whatever they're using now. I haven't ordered off the dark web in a month because I haven't needed to. I really haven't needed to. So, but you get amazing stuff on there. So the real problem for me, though, like with drugs, was Xanax. Any benzo, a benzodiazepine, that includes Valium, Atizolam. Atizolam I have had a notorious history with. I've messed up myself before on this stuff. Like, and I take a lot. Like, I'm a pussy when it comes to heroin. Xanax, I get on that, and I start doing a lot. I drink on it, too. I drink, and I combine it with Xanax. And that drinking on a benzo is going to fuck you up. You forget things. You are just a complete shit show. I would go around in, like, I would drive on it. Like, I would drive black out. People hated me on Xanax, okay? People still hate me when I'm on Xanax. Like, I'm a disappointment, okay? If you're talking to me and I'm on Xanax, I repeat myself over and over. I forget things. I'll be having a conversation with you. I'll make an argument, and then I'll backtrack on it and, like, try to make a completely different point of view just because I forgot what I was saying. Like, I'm an asshole on Xanax, okay? People fucking hate me on it, Okay, like I've had some friends come over, and I'd be on some Xanax, and I would just be like not contributing to the conversation, just interrupting people, just like I'm a fucker. Okay, when I'm on Xanax, like it's like that really drunk guy, but worse. Like, and and if you don't know, benzodiazepines they affect the same receptor in your brain as alcohol. So. And if you're doing both at the same time, which I was doing the triple play, heroin, Xanax, and alcohol. Heroin, was just making me feel uncomfortable. It was making me not poop, and that's its problem. But Xanax, people fucking hated me on it, man. Like, and if you're curious how much I was taking, so I last I got 150 2 milligram pills off the dark web, and I'm down to I think I have 15 in the other room over there. I have no desire to take them. They're just there. There are times when Xanax is useful. It's a very good relaxer if you're taking a modest amount. It can get you out of a bad trip if you're doing a psychedelic, which I don't mess with those too much anymore. I used to do a lot. I actually have some DMT I need to extract from Mimosa Hostilis root bark, but that's its own deal. And for a while I was combining psychedelics and benzos, which they cancel each other out, but then you just kind of do one and then you do more of the other and you stay up all night, fucking doing stuff. But no, I mean, I was really getting back into Xanax, really heavily. I was doing roughly 10 pills a day of the 2 milligrams. So I was taking 20 milligrams of Xanax a day near the end of it. And I was drinking on it, and I was doing a little bit of heroin. Not a lot of heroin, but a little bit. And it was becoming serious. I was realizing, shit. I mean, heroin withdrawal, you feel cold all the time. It's not fun. But I wasn't really at the point where I was going to have a serious heroin withdrawal. But Xanax, I had to go through some serious stuff, okay, to get off it. And so what was going on was this was before the COVID-19 pandemic had happened and everything. This was late February. This was going on. I realized I had a business trip coming up. It was going to be in mid-March. I would have just returned about a few days ago had it actually happened. The conference ended up getting canceled. So I didn't have to go on it, but I was looking at myself late February, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to go on this conference. And I mean, I've smuggled drugs through the airport before. I mean, with a pill, you can just put it into a pharmaceutical container with your name on it, and they legally can't check it. So it's very easy to smuggle drugs through at the airport. I mean, depending on what drug it is. You're trying to smuggle weed, that can be a little bit tougher, and how much you're trying to smuggle. And I'm not doing a lot. I'm not a drug dealer, okay? Let me make that very clear. I'm not some kingpin. I'm not some guy who's trying to make it rich off the dark web. I order personal amounts for me. I might give them to friends if I have a close friend who really wants some, then maybe I can help them out. But really, I mean, I think you should order your own drugs, really. And I would just keep some personal amounts around, That's what I was doing. But I saw myself and I was like, shit, I don't want to go on this business trip sober or, without drugs. And I didn't want to bring drugs on it. It was a business trip. My company takes very good care of me. That's how I'm able to buy this house. And I'm going to get into some of my company stuff in a little bit. I'm not going to say what I do and everything. I'm sure if you hang around the Discord, you'll know. But so I realized I have to get clean, okay? And this was early March. And so I stopped. Everything. And by the way, quitting benzos, cold turkey. I mean, it's very unsafe. You can have seizures and stuff. I didn't this time. I had before, but this time it was a clean break. It was a tough withdrawal process. Okay, and it took 2 tries this time, and it usually does. So what happened was, so I quit early March, and I'm just having a shitty day. Okay, and I'm at work, and I mean, I'm feeling like garbage, okay? And my reporting manager is just riding me, making really unreasonable requests. And I reread the conversation, sober after the fact. And she was being a bitch, okay? And I just lost it on her. I was like, I'm not going to work for you anymore. I quit. And I told the CEO, I'm like, hey, I don't work for her anymore. I'm not listening to her. I'm not doing anything. I straight up told him, I'm not doing it, And he kind of reacted in a way yeah, we'll figure something out. Yeah, just go back to work. We'll figure it out. They like me there. They really do. And so then later he kind of backtracked on it. He's like, you have to work with her. You do. We really want you here. We want you to be, but you have to work with her. And I'm really, upset. Not about the situation. Just I'm really, in a bad mood. I'm on drugs and everything. I keep my cool in front of the CEO. I don't do anything bad to him and everything, but and I talk to my reporting manager, and I try to make a sincere apology, and try to say, hey, I was having a tough time. It's my bad. Let's move past it. And she really chose her words carefully. Like I think I really upset her because we were acting as, friends before this. And, I feel like the way I guess, I mean, I overreacted. Sure, I did. But she was really hurt by it. And so she chose her words really carefully and didn't really want to make up with me. And it was kind of a bitch move, sure. But so what was going on was we were supposed to get some what's the word I'm looking for? Intervention from the HR person, the human resources. We outsource it in my company, and so we were going to have a mediator, come between us and bring us back together. And so that wasn't happening. Like this was the course of a week, and me and my reporting manager were supposed to work really closely, and we were kind of waiting for HR to come along to kind of mediate between us. We weren't supposed to talk to each other until it had been blown out, until like the HR person had been involved. So we're not supposed to really speak to each other unless absolutely necessary. And it was weird because like usually we'd say hello to each other and we would be friendly towards each other, and it just felt really weird. And I noticed like after what happened, she was trying to really demonstrate her dominance. She was really, because she is the boss, but she never really she was never really being unreasonable before, and she was really trying to prove it. And also, I mean, there was some internal conflict. I don't want to get too much into it, but basically, I was trying to take some of her duties, like some of her responsibilities, because I'm a lot faster. Like when it comes to stuff, she knows more about the equipment than I do. I don't want to get into the details of what it is or anything, but I work fast and she works smart. Let's put it like that. I'm there because I get shit done, and she's there because she has knowledge that nobody else really in the industry is going to know. She's an expert at the stuff, so. We're a good team. She's got the knowledge and I got the speed. That's what we were doing. And I was trying to step in because I was doing stuff faster, but it was offending her. So I had to be like, okay, here, you do this. And it's kind of become a shit show. Like now they've taken away some of my responsibilities to really show that she's in charge. And it's annoying, sure, but she won't be there forever. She's a lot older than me. Like I said, I'm 27. I'm hoping to be there a long time. But that I'm getting off topic again. So what was going on was it was just a different working relationship. And after we had our first falling out, by the way, I pretty much relapsed again. I went back to doing more Xanax. Not too much heroin again, but just Xanax a lot. I was really getting into it. I was starting to scare my family and friends a little bit. I was sending them really disturbing text messages, and just doing really disturbing things. I was really off the wall. Okay. So one day she comes to me, like she doesn't talk to me all day. And then at like 4 o'clock, like there was something I wrote. I'm a writer, by the way. I'm a technical writer. And I phrased a question a certain way to not have to do a certain amount of work. I know that's very vague, but that's pretty much what I did. And she's like, I want you to rewrite this, in the way that I wanted it to be, like in a very bitchy way, and it pissed me off, and I was like, I just told her no. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not doing that. Go bring it up with the CEO. Go report me to HR. I'm not fucking doing it. That's what I said. I'm not fucking doing it. Okay? And so I go back to work for like an hour. I'm in my office. I have my own private office, which is pretty cool. And so an hour later, the CEO comes in and he's like, you gotta go. You're suspended. You gotta get out of here until we can like get HR to talk to you. Yeah, this whole week had gone by and we never spoke with HR. That was also the problem. Like we were kind of waiting for HR, and then like she's still bossing me around. I was like, what the hell? So pretty much I got suspended from work for a day. But this wasn't just any day. This was a Friday. And it happened to be the last day before the pandemic like really hit the fan in the United States. So when the pandemic happened, we went to work from home status. And so my first day back was me working from home. And so we had to do the HR conference virtually. But I never spoke with her in the HR conference. I just spoke with some outsourced lady and the operations manager, who's a different part of the company, more or less. And so, I got scolded. I had to write an apology letter. It was very embarrassing, again. It really was. It was a bad situation. And I more or less told them that I relapsed. I didn't use the term relapse, and I didn't use the term heroin or Xanax or drugs. I used the term negative personal life choices or something like that, some bullshit thing. But they knew what happened, and I said it was my fault. I was having a tough time. And so, but it was a wake up call for me. Like, I had to look at the situation. And, the last night I really used Xanax, like it was a really bad night for me. This was after I had been suspended for a day, and I was really depressed. I like my job a lot. I take pride in it. And I was really ashamed to be in that position. It was a bad position to be in for me. And I kind of looked at the situation and I was like, all right, like I either have to get clean and, and if she's going to boss me around, so be it. They pay me pretty well there. I'm about to move into this house in a great area. My first house, it's either, you swallow your pride a little bit and put up with it, or you really fuck your life up. Like I considered both options a little bit, but I decided, I want to do this, so, I really wrote a sincere apology letter. It was long too. Like it was pushing 2,000 words, which every day I write around 4,000 to 5,000 words for my job, but mostly on a good day. I mean, like since I've been working from home, I've been fucking off a lot, but, on a good day, I write a lot of content, and so 2,000 words isn't too much. I mean, it wasn't quite 2,000 words; it was a little under it, but it was a long, sincere apology letter, And I even sent her a cake. Actually, I sent her a cake to her house because I had her address actually, and it was a sorry cake. It was an apology cake. The message said, "Sorry, I fucked up." We cuss, so and she appreciated it. We're still not on super close talk status, but. I think it's going to get better, and lately she's been really trying to boss me around, just to assert her dominance, and it's annoying, but it is what it is, I mean, I just got to be like, all right, you're not going to be here forever. I'm the one who's going to lead this someday, and I'm younger, I'm less experienced, I know less than you about this stuff, so I got to pay my dues and do it. And when the COVID-19 thing hit, I ended up working at my mom's the whole time. I didn't want to stay in the room that I was renting. Before it was just me and my roommate, and the roommate's an older African American female, and she kept to herself. She worked nights at a casino and was never around, and it was great, for a while. But then one day she brings home this white guy, this boyfriend, who I found out was an ex-con for armed robbery or something, and they're a good couple. Like they got along great. He's not a bad guy. I don't know his situation. I never really asked. But I did see some paperwork saying he was an ex-felon for armed robbery. I mean, like, and I was fine, living with him and everything, but it was 3 people in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. And it was just really crowded. And I didn't use the kitchen either. Like that was their kitchen. I didn't want to put my stuff in there. I didn't want to, mess up their stove or anything. I didn't want to make a mess. I like to cook, but I didn't want to, interfere on their stuff. Like that was their space. So I was pretty much confined to this room all the time, and I got caught looking. I mean, they noticed me listening to Barney Bunch stuff one time, and it was embarrassing, but whatever, But I really want to get out of there, and the house gave me that opportunity. I have my own house now, my own fucking house, and So, but before this, as I was moving in, I had to, I was staying at my mom's because I really didn't want to be there, and my mom was off work from the COVID-19 stuff. And she was off work entirely, and she knows about the Barney Bunch. Like she's, I played stuff for her before, and she hates it, but that's fine. She doesn't hate it to the point like she's like, it's unbearable for her. I guess it probably is actually, but it's so stupid and funny, and it's like I said. I mean, if you get offended about the Barney Bunch, then you're just playing into it. You're just, you're just doing what the Barney Bunch wants. I mean, you're not being innovative or anything by being offended to the Barney Bunch. You're just playing right into what we expect. So that's really just how it is. Just before I give you a tour of the house, and I'm not saying any of this to brag, by the way, but I just kind of want to let you know, I feel like some of the younger users out there, some of the younger BB members, Speakonia community members, whatever, you might not know what goes into buying a house. I mean, it's tough. It is, especially this area. I just want to say this, and this house isn't big at all. It's a small house, okay? I want to stress that before I show you it or anything. But it's a mile away from the beach. It's like a half mile away from my work. I'm really glad with the location. I mean, it's kind of a sketchy area, sure, but it's my house and it's close to what I need it to be. And it's big for just me being in here. I'm single. I guess this is something I could tell you all before I get into anything. I forgot to put this on I forgot to put this on my notes here. I did write some notes before this just to kind of stay sort of organized, but I'm asexual. Okay, I don't think I've told the BB that before. I'll say this. I mean, like I've tried dating women and I've tried dating men actually, and one time I even fucked a guy in the ass. Actually, it was a transgendered person, but she had a penis, so you could say I fucked a guy in the ass. But I mean, it just wasn't for me. And really, even sex with a girl wasn't for me either. So I'm asexual. Like, I really don't have any desire to have sex. I mean, like, I would love to be in a good relationship, you know, if it was right. But I mean, I just don't think it's going to be. That's an issue on itself. And I mean, like, that causes me a lot of, you know, depression at times and stuff. But I'm asexual, so I'm alone, and this house is just me in it. So for me, this is a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom house. For me, it's, I mean, like, I have more space than I know what to do with, really. And that's a great thing. And I wanted to say, that the house, just like I said, younger users might not know what goes into buying a house. I mean, it takes a lot. You have to, you can't just like show up with money and just expect to buy a house. You have to like prove that you have money. You can't like just pull money out of your wallet. You have to have it like you have to show your pay stubs. You have to show your current income, and you can't just like deposit cash and like they'll be like, where did this money come from? Where did this money come from? And you know, I had a lot of money in Bitcoin. I had money in stocks. I had to like show everything, and I mean, it's a tough experience. In this house cost like the purchase price for this house, it was $220,000 US dollars, $220,000 US dollars. Okay, and I mean, that's an obscene amount of money. Obviously, I didn't buy it outright. You know, I'm not some Bitcoin millionaire. I got into it too late to do that. But I mean, that's a shitload of money. And I mean, I saved up for a while, you know, for that. And I mean, I didn't, like I said, I didn't pay $220,000. That's how much the house cost. I only had to put down a very small fraction of that, very small. But still, even a small fraction, that is a lot of money. And it took time to get this, you know, set up. So this was a big deal for me. Okay. And now that this has happened, I mean, the possibilities are endless here. So I can do a lot more stuff. So with that, let me switch over to my phone real quick. I'm gonna get a little tour of the house, just kind of show you what it looks like. I figure you have the right to, you know, see it, I guess, or I'm letting you see it. I know that some people, like, if you've ever been here, you'll recognize who I am based on the house. I'm not gonna look in the mirror. I'm not gonna show you the front of the house. Okay, I'm not showing you the front of the house, and the reason I'm not is because I don't want you to see the house number. I just don't. I'll show you the backyard a little bit, but I'm not going to show you the front of the house, so keep that in mind. But I'll show you like some of the rooms and stuff, and I'll give you a quick little tour. So okay, guys, so we're doing the tour of the house now. So this is like the room I like to start in. It's like the first room that you see when you come in. This is the modem and router I got. The router was like $400 and the modem was $200. So my internet's fast as shit. I had to spend all day like activating this thing, though. Comcast was really shitty about getting out here, but they did eventually. And also, this outlet wasn't there when I started. Like there was no outlet. There was no cable outlet. I mean, that's very fucking inept. First of all, let me say that there was no cable outlet in my house, so I had to have Comcast install it, Xfinity, whatever, install it. So that had to be done. But this internet's fast as shit now. I got the best plan from Xfinity. It's good. So I have all my shit here, all my junk. That's like literally all my stuff. I put it into that room. And so here's like the entrance right here. I'm going to try to keep this brief. I was talking about the modem and router too much. But I have like a little TV there. I got a better TV. But I can't afford it right now. I really can't with the fact that I bought this house. So this is my couch / bed for now. I don't have a bed yet. I can't afford it. There's my, I have a bigger amp. I've only brought my small one. I still have stuff at my mom's house. Just because I didn't want to bring everything. Here's the second bedroom, and there's a bathroom in there, a half bath, and there's my bike. I like that bike a lot. And I know the picture's fuzzy right now, but that's the room I don't know what to do with yet. Here's my weed. I didn't bring my bongs. They're at my mom's. I know where they're at, but I just didn't feel like loading all that stuff in my car. So I got some weed though, and that's good. I mean, like I have like a decent amount of weed, I think, and like. You know, so that's pretty good. The dark web's amazing, by the way. The weed is so cheap. It's so good on there. So here's my kitchen. Nothing fancy. I don't have a dishwasher. As you can see, I have like nothing in my fridge. Like just some water and some hot sauce. I gotta get dinner. It's like 9:18 and I don't fucking have dinner yet. So I'm gonna have to do that soon. Here's a third bedroom that I don't even know what to do with. Like there's nothing in here. Like I have no idea what I'm gonna do with that. So, and then the other bathroom, I'm not going to show the mirror or anything, but, there's that. And I do want to show you the backyard. I'm pretty happy with the backyard, actually. So, and I did leave the light on out here. Is that my sprinkler going right now? I think it is. Yeah, that is. So I have an automatic sprinkler system, actually, and it's too dark over there to see it, but you can sort of see the backyard a little bit. It's all fenced in, and I'm gonna check that sprinkler sign in a second. Yeah, that is a sprinkler. Oh, it's hitting me. So, but I got a shed back there. I don't know if you can see it. You can't. It's too dark. But it's all fenced in. It is. And you got like some tree right there. Like I said, I'm not going to show you the front of the house just because I don't want anyone to see the number. But no, I'm really happy with this. So that's the house. Okay, and we're back. Thanks for checking out my house. So let's get more into business here. I know I went on a long talk about myself and my current situation and everything. But so now that you know what's going on, let's talk about the Barney Bunch a little bit. Let's talk about what everyone wants to hear. So I'm going to give you like the current state of the BB. I think it's in a great spot right now. Okay. I think most of the people who are making videos know what they're doing. I mean, like, it's so consistent now. It's so streamlined and just good quality. Like, I don't have to sift through a bunch of garbage like I used to when I was younger, when, you know, it was kind of more all over the place. I think the Wikipedia is amazing. The wiki page that Scoot and Savage have been working on, that's incredible. It really is. Like, I never thought people would be writing synopses for my videos, or just kind of keeping tabs on the community in general. There are some errors in there. I don't want to be the guy who's going around like trying to nitpick it and correct it all the time. I do think there might be a little bit too much in there, but it's not as bad as some of the other Barney Bunch wikis I've seen in the past. No, we're not even close. No, this one's actually pretty fucking good. It really is. It's the first one I would really say has been really good, except for that one that got deleted, but that's the same one. You brought over all the same stuff, so it really is the same wiki, I guess. I've never messed with it. I've never really edited it. I've seen incorrect information on there from time to time, and I'll bring it up sometimes, but other than that, you know, it's Scoot and Savage keeping this community alive, you know, maintaining all the stuff in there, and, you know, Peter, Barney Bunch Company, Tom Servo, you guys know who you are. It's just, I'm sorry if I forgot anyone important in there. I'm not on the Discord right now. You know, it's amazing how well we stick together and all this, and I'm really liking it. Now I do see some bad videos here and there. Some of the videos seem like they were made like 10 years ago, just way behind the times. The Drew Pickles Goes To videos, those can be a little bit dated. I mean, like when you're doing the long ass line, you know, with the racial stereotypes, I mean, I don't find it funny. I mean, other people can do what they want with it, you know. And I'm gonna get into that in a second, but I mean, like, I don't think it's good. You know, there was one that got uploaded the other day. I'm not gonna say any names, but yeah, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Like, there was one I was just like, why? I think it was just yesterday it got like posted too. I was just like why? Like why are you still doing this like so behind? I mean, I'll say this, okay? So the Barney Bunch, you can do whatever you want with it. There is no Barney Bunch leader. I want you to really understand that, all of you to understand that. There is no leader of the Barney Bunch, okay? If you really insist that there's a leader of the Barney Bunch, it's probably Scoot or Savage. Scoot and or Savage at this point. It's one of them. Like, they're the ones maintaining the Discord. They're the ones, you know, who have, you know, the time and the energy to really, you know, keep it alive at this point, and to, you know, oversee things and, you know, lead the way, really. So if you want a de facto leader, I mean, it's one of them. But really, there is no leader of the Barney Bunch. I'll say this about myself, okay? I'm on emeritus status. How do you pronounce that? Emeritus. Yeah, I'm a great source if you need help, you know, making videos, if you're new to it. If you don't know, you know, what's canon, what's not, what works. I have a good understanding of the lore. You know, I've been in this community probably longer than about everyone left. I know Boo Noob has been in for a while, but I mean, he's kind of gone most of the time. So, I mean, I've been around this community for a while. I know a lot of stuff. I know I have a general idea of what flies and what doesn't, but I don't control the Barney Bunch, okay? That's the important thing to understand. We all control it. this community exists because we say it does, and because we're the ones making videos. When you make a video, you know, you're essentially etching something into stone for the Barney Bunch community. I mean, the video can get lost, sure, you know, and, you know, it can just get overruled if everyone really hates the topic or hates what you did. But, I mean, like, if you keep pushing a subject, you know, there's going to be a collection of videos that exist on it, you know, and if you don't let them get deleted, you archive them and you save them, then, you know, that's something that no one can deny. You just made a written proof of something right there. And so on that note, I mean, I want to say, like if you want to do anything in this community, you want to add a character, you want a character to do this, or you want a trend to get started, just do it. Okay, like don't ask anybody to do it. Don't be like, hey, can you do this? Or we should all do this, guys. Hey, I have a suggestion, everyone. No, don't fucking do that. Just fucking do it. Just go make the videos. Like, if you really want something to catch on in this community, you got to put in the time, you know? You got to put in the work. You got to make the content. And that's the only way that stuff is going to catch on, not by saying, hey, guys, let's all, you know, do this. But if you just go out there and do it, and you do it enough, other people will do it. Now, a lot of the stuff, you'll get copied after just doing it once. If it's entertaining enough and people like it enough, you do it one time and they'll start doing it. Other times it takes work. Other times you have to make several videos. You have to keep doing it over and over. The harder it is to sell, the more work you're going to have to do, but eventually other people will do it. Okay? And if it really sucks, then we'll just ignore it. You know, like, this community is not as toxic as it used to be. I mean, and that's a good thing. It really is. It used to be like there was a lot of shaming going on, and some people deserve to be shamed. I mean, when you make a bad video, you know, you should be shamed for it. You know, but luckily, I'm trying to be nicer and not do that as much. I'm trying to, like, just kind of focus on the good things, the positive aspects. And I want to say this. I said it. I hinted at it a second ago, but and I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but somebody out there, I have a feeling somebody out there, this is gonna blow their fucking mind. Okay, the Barney Bunch exists only because you say it does. Okay, and I'm going to repeat that. The Barney Bunch only exists because you say it does. Because we say it does. We say that the Barney Bunch exists, and therefore it does. The Barney Bunch isn't real, okay? Remember that. It only exists because we say it does. It's not real. These are just characters from mostly the 90s, some newer than that, and they're fictional characters for the most part. And we make, you know, videos about them. This isn't a real concept. It's not real. I want you guys to really understand that. It's not real. Like, if you put something into a video, it exists in your video. It can exist in the Barney Bunch community. It can exist in the Speakonia community. But it's not real, okay? It only exists because we say it does. We've created this universe, and I'm not going to get into the whole details about inept establishments and everything, the whole Barney Bunch theory. I mean, maybe someday I'll go ahead and do that. I gave a theory on why it's funny earlier, but I'm not going to get into the whole, you know, Barney Bunch universe. I mean, you know, people have tried to write biographies for Drew Pickles and, you know, give backstory, you know, like that they were in, you know, some rock bands in the 60s and 70s. You know, people have done all that. And, you know, it's whatever. I mean, like, I think it's cool, you know, that there's a sort of history of the Barney Bunch, you know, even if it's never been made into videos. And it really should be made into videos. If it's been written down, it should be in a video somewhere, in my opinion. But this community, we created it, you know, all of us together. I mean, like, we weren't the original founders, sure, but how far we've taken it, you know, we deserve some praise for that. I mean, good job, boys, you know, really. But just remember, I mean, it's not real, okay? We can do whatever we want with it. If you want something to happen in the Barney Bunch, you want a character to exist, go ahead and make it, okay? You know, I mean, I usually think that's a bad idea, making new characters willy-nilly. I feel like you should really care about it because, you know, like, I mean, I like it to be sort of organized, sort of structured. I mean, that's just my view. But I mean, we all control it, you know, and when you do something, you can't undo it. And, you know, you got to be really careful sometimes about what you put into, you know, a video. And that sounds crazy because the videos are supposed to be fun. You know, you're supposed to do whatever you want. But, I mean, if you get too loose with it and you start making it too big, then all of a sudden the videos go down in quality. I mean, like, you see people coming up with these long-ass lines and these, like, all their butt buddies. It just becomes a list of their faggot men, you know, and then you, like, it just becomes autistic, really. Like, it gets really fucking autistic. And it's really sad to see the Barney Bunch become autistic. It really is. I mean, that's the thing that pisses me off when autism strikes in the BB. Huh, man, I get pissed. Like, I mean, I try to control myself. I try not to show it to other people, you know. But I mean, like, I get genuinely annoyed when I start seeing autism seep into the Barney Bunch. It's just really annoying to watch. And so, I mean, I'm an adult now. You know, I'm 27. I have my own fucking house. You know, I can go off and do whatever I want, really. So when the Barney Bunch gets annoying, when I see people start, trying to write their own canon and everything, and a lot of people don't know how to write canon, and it's annoying to see. I just try to ignore it, and hey, let them have their fun, like like at the end of the day, if you're making a Barney Bunch video, I hope you're having fun, and I hope you're enjoying yourself. Whether or not I approve of the video, I mean that's really what matters, that someone out there, laughed and, had a good time. And really, more content's better than having no content, So even if it's not great content all the time, I mean, like right now, like I think the content's really good. I mean, I think there are exceptions. And it should be pretty easy to tell when I don't like a video and when I do. I really like Peter's trap videos, I'll say that. I'm keeping it positive. Like I've been really liking what he's doing, I want to talk to them a little bit about them, but I think they're really amusing to see, and when people get clickbaited by them, I think that's really fun. I love that. So, but I do think the Barney Bunch is in a good place. I mean, there's always room for improvement here and there, and I think once I start making more videos, which I'm going to get into that in a second, people tend to follow my lead, and it kind of gets in the right place. I think we are going to evolve it a little bit. Is this the start of the third Barney Bunch renaissance? I never coined the term renaissance, by the way. I never coined the term blood style videos. You guys did that. I think that's the first time I've ever spoken of it, really. Just now. I'm honored. I'm flattered that you did that, but I'm not the one who invented those. Okay, I want that to be very clear. I think someone found a video from Innocent Darkside in 2008. That wasn't the beginning of it either. That Soldier Boy video. No, that wasn't it. People like the second L, and L says H, whatever name you prefer. The second L is usually what I go by. That's what I knew him at most as. He did this L week where he was uploading Barney Bunch videos with the all caps titles and the porn-esque titles in the same style that I did them. They're all gone now, most of them. And I know you've seen some of them, like Barney lost his cock, or Stu Pickles rapes Drew Pickles in jail. And those are examples, sure. The Wiggles play with their dildos, but like those aren't the videos I'm talking about. Like there were some crude ones. Like I think there was one called like Arthur Scatfest 1969 or something. It was all caps, and it was just spam, and it was funny. It was good, and he did like a whole week. He had like he uploaded a bunch of them like in a sequence. Like he uploaded like 6 Drew Pickles videos, like 6 Barney videos, 6 Chaz Fenster videos, 6 Stu Pickles videos, the Wiggles, the Teletubbies, Clifford the Big Red Dog, Ronald McDonald. Ronald McDonald was a big one. Arthur, and I want to say that was it. Okay, and I'm sorry if that blows anyone's mind, but really, that's really the extent of the Barney Bunch, right there. Okay, you can add characters, like I would consider Crypto the Super Dog to be one. I'm trying to get started with Tail of the Little Bus. I like Thomas the Tank Engine, JJ the Jet Plane, those transportation fags. And that's really about it. Now, I know there's others that other people consider. There's been a lot of push for Doug and Skeeter, from Doug. And I mean, I don't think they're great characters. I don't think they're awful characters either. I don't think they're ones that I need to be like, whoa, dude, you need to fucking stop. Like, that's bad. I don't think they're that bad. I think they're fine. But like Doug was kind of like more of a serious show, I guess. And not really. I mean, it was a kid's show, but it had that serious edge to it. And I don't know, it just never caught on, like in the Barney Bunch universe. I mean, people are trying to make it work, and they're doing it, like, people aren't, you're not going to tell me, I'm not going to say that Doug and Skeeter aren't canon of the Barney Bunch. I mean, people have made a bunch of videos about them, so, then, in a lot of people's eyes, they're characters. I mean, and really, once you make a video, they're characters, like, you can't say, well, they're not in the Barney Bunch, like, I don't want to get into that feud and everything. I just don't expect me to make a bunch of Doug and Skeeter videos, is all. And the Quaker Queer, I mean, also, I don't think that he's a good Barney Bunch character either. Looking back, another one, Second L did a lot, was Dick the Clown. And I liked Dick the Clown for a while, but, like, I think he kind of fell off. I mean, who is Dick the Clown anyway? But like when it comes to more serious kid shows, like, you don't see a lot of Hey Arnold, Barney Bunch. Just because it had that more, real feelsy, serious edge, and I guess people respected it a little bit more. And this doesn't, lean into a good Barney Bunch character. Like I don't know, like a lot of TV dads make for good Barney Bunch characters. I think the dad from Rocket Power, Raymundo or whatever, he could make a good Barney Bunch character. But and someone's probably going to do that now. But I mean, like I don't know, like later on it became I began to realize that you kind of want to give each Barney Bunch character like their own kind of like set of guidelines. Like you got to make them unique from the other characters, otherwise they're just no name fuckers. You know, what I've been kind of trying to do. Drew Pickles is the gayest man in the world. The Wiggles, man, they're fucking brutal. They can like there's four of them, so you can play off that. Arthur's always sneaking off to have sex with Buster Baxter. Ronald McDonald sneaking off to have sex at work. Clifford's just this big red faggot. Charles Spencer, I love using Charles Spencer just because like he's so generic. I can put him into anything. He's just this like gay toilet boy. Barney, he's like a dinosaur. You can get a little bit goofy with it. The Teletubbies are like the same as the Wiggles, but like kind of like off in a faraway land, where they're jacking off to their antennas and the live stream on their fucking tummies. I don't get into them too much because the Wiggles are just so much more versatile, and I can do more with. That's kind of my view on the Barney Bunch, I guess. I mean, it's some view on the Barney Bunch. I didn't really get into too much in-depth theory or anything on that, but that's those are the characters I like, and the ones that hey, you do what you want, but I'm probably not going to get too into them. Now I don't have any firm plans about what I'm doing with the Barney Bunch or anything. I'm not restarting the contest. Don't expect anything like that. And here's something I kind of want everyone to understand. Like I don't want to live on Discord. Okay, if I'm on Discord, I spend too much time on there. I mean, like honestly, like, and I'm not saying this to be a Debbie Downer or anything. I'm not saying this to be like, because I like the Discord, I really do. I want it to stick around. I love the participation in there, and I like to go in there and kind of show my face, on a daily basis. I like to kind of get in there here and there, and talk with some people, goof off a little bit. It's fun. I'm taking a big step back. I mean, like me getting off drugs and everything, I don't have many friends. Like I said, I'm asexual. I'm a pretty lonely person. So, having you guys to kind of fall back on, it's nice. It really is. I appreciate it. So thank you guys. So I want to, be a member of the community. I want to show up and everything. I don't want to be, a total anonymous Andy, but I don't want to be in there all the time either. I see some people, they're in there all the fucking time. You guys know who you are, and I'm not saying that to insult you. I'm not saying that to be mean or anything, but I don't want to do that. I actually want to do well at my job. I want to focus on some more personal things. I want to start cooking again. Like I have a kitchen now. Like I want to actually start cooking again. I'm a good cook, so I want to do that. I want to focus on work. I want to watch more anime, and I want to exercise more. Like I'm in good shape. Like I run every day. Just yesterday, I had to get my bike from the room I was renting, so I had to run. Guess with my feet, run 6 miles to go get my bike, and then ride the bike 6 miles back. And I'm sure a lot of people out there can't fucking do that because they're out of shape. I'm in pretty fucking good shape. I ran 2 marathons. Yeah, marathons, full marathons back in college, and I'm only like I think I'm 5 years out of college now. This would be my 6th year in December. I graduated in a winter month when I got my bachelor's. And I ran 2 marathons in my college days. So. And I kept up with it. I've done a few half marathons since. But I want to train. Doing another marathon again. I'd love to do the Tokyo Marathon. That'd be really fucking cool. I've never been to Japan, and I would love to fucking do that. And so I got to get in shape. Like I'm in good shape. Like I could run. I could run a 20K right now if I needed to. I could run a half marathon if I really needed to right now. But a marathon would be tough for me. But it'd be really hard, and I'd like to do it without being completely out of breath and making an ass out of myself, Like, I'd like to be good at it. Maybe someday I'd love to do an Ironman. That'd be really fucking hard, but that'd be really cool, I got that bike in there, that's not really a triathlon bike, but you can train on that. And, if I wanted to get in what I consider to be very good shape, that's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of fucking work. And that's something I would have to kind of, dedicate myself to a little bit, and I work a full-time job, and I do some side work too. Like I said, I'm a technical writer, and it takes up a lot of time. I watch a lot of anime. I watch a shitload of anime. And I know a lot of you watch anime, but I probably watch more than you. And I'm not saying that to make it a pissing contest or anything, but I watch a lot of anime. In my days, as an adult, the series I keep track on, I've seen around 250 anime. Full series, okay? Most of them are, single core series, but some of them are longer. I've gotten through Yu Yu Hakusho. I've gotten through Cardcaptor Sakura. Evangelion. I'm not going to list all my anime here, but I'm naming some of the, the classics. I've seen the classics. I've paid my dues when it comes to anime. And I love it. I've been meaning to watch some tonight. But I wanted to make this video first and hopefully get some dinner. But that's what I want to focus on. I want to get really in good shape, like seriously fucking good shape. I want to cook, I want to work, I want to watch some anime. I don't want to be messing with drugs anymore. I don't want to be playing games competitively anymore. I don't want to try that anymore. I rage a lot when I play games, and I'm not going to get into the types of games I play. If you know me, and you know what I'm talking about. But I don't want to do that anymore, and I don't want to. I want to do the Barney Bunch, but I don't want it to be my life. Okay, I want to make that very clear. I mean, like I want to participate in this community. I want to blow you guys away with some videos here and there. I want to push this community forward, continue to push it forward. If we start a third Renaissance, that'd be fucking great. That'd be awesome. Like, I'm not saying that'd be a bad thing, but I don't want it to be like I'm making a shat ton of videos all the time. I don't want to make a shit ton of videos. I don't want to like be the face of the Barney Bunch. I'd like to contribute here and there, but like other people have to do their part. If the community is really going to come back. I mean, like, and that kind of goes against what I said a little bit ago, because like I said earlier, if you want something to happen in the Barney Bunch, you just have to fucking do it. Yeah, if you want this community to come back, if you want a third Renaissance, you have to go out there and do it. And that includes myself. Like, if I want a third Renaissance, I can't expect anybody in this community to make it happen. Anytime anybody does anything in this community, that's a blessing right there. That's fucking amazing. Like, I'm really impressed when people, come through and make videos and make good videos. And I see it, when people contribute to the Wikipedia page, when people, like, write the lore, when people are writing the history of the Barney Bunch. I mean, I can't ask people to do that. And people are doing it anyway, and I'm grateful. Like, I think that's amazing that people are keeping this community alive. But I know you can't do it alone. Like, I can't expect you guys to. Like if I went away, the Barney Bunch at this point would probably eventually fade away. I mean, like, the key players right now are getting into their adult years. Scoot and Savage are getting into their adult years. They're probably going to start college or do whatever soon. I'm pretty sure Peter's in college. I know we don't reveal too much about ourselves. It should be that way. This is the internet. Don't say too much about yourself. But the main pushers right now are getting older. I know Tom Servo is busy a lot. She does a lot of music stuff, and she doesn't really have the time to just make Barney Bunch videos, and it's thankless work a lot of the time. I get a lot of praise when I upload, when I put videos out there, because I'm seen. I have a history of kind of kickstarting the Barney Bunch again a few times in the past, and really bringing back what works, making people realize what works. I hate to say it, the Barney Bunch would not be where it's at without me. I mean, that's the truth. I'm not saying that to be a douchebag or saying that to be, pretentious or anything like that, but it's the truth. A lot of people wouldn't know what to do with this community, or it would be really shitty, and I still see people making mistakes, and that's okay. And I don't even really want to call them mistakes, because you do whatever you want with the Barney Bunch. If people are liking it, then okay, I'm not always the one who leads this community forward. We all do it together. And, I want to make some videos. I do. I don't want to put in a shit ton of effort for those videos. When I made that Drew Pickles COVID-19, that one where Drew Pickles goes to Olive Garden and takes over the establishment, and it's pretty long and drawn out video. I mean, that took me a while to write. And also, I was withdrawing at the time. That's the main reason I did it. I had been up for 2 days straight off Xanax withdrawal. And I was having a tough time that day. And I mostly made it just because I had nothing better to do. And really, I don't like making videos that long. That's too much effort, a video where Drew Pickles talks for on the fastest speed, mind you, for 7-8 minutes straight. I don't want to do that. I want some short and simple videos. I mean, I want some fun Wiggles videos and stuff, but I'm not going to put that much time into it. I mean, if someone starts a contest again, or someone starts a collab, I mean, I might participate in it, sure. But I'm not going to be the one starting it right now anyway, or at least anytime soon, hopefully. Like I said, there's other stuff I want to do besides this, But I am back. I would like to say, my hiatus is over. I'm back in the community. I'm going to try to keep Discord open a little bit more, but I'm not going to go crazy with it, okay? And on that note, I need to turn this over to my friend real quick. My friend actually has an announcement to make. He's been here this whole time. He's been pretty quiet. So let me bring him in, and he's gonna say something. Okay.
Fuck you, everyone. This is Nathan the Faggot here, and I'm here to tell you that Ass Fuck is coming back, okay? We're gonna make some more songs, and we're gonna be really, really gay, and you're all gonna have to fucking listen to us, alright? And I also want to announce that I'm starting a solo project without those fuckers Nolan and Johnny, and I'm gonna make all the beats and do all the lyrics, and if you want to participate in it, well, yes, you can participate in it, but you have to talk to the other guy about it, because that's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be Nathan's Faggot Solo Project. Fuck you, okay? Fuck you!
Okay, so that was my friend. Thank you for bringing that up to everyone's attention. That's about it. Not much is changing. I know with the COVID-19 thing been going on, I've been around more or less, and that was just by pure coincidence. While I was, rehabbing from drugs at my mom's house, and I'm good at rehabbing, by the way. It's not like I had to go to a rehab facility or anything like that. I just kind of toughed it out for a few days, and it gets better. It's a lot better right now. And as you can see, I'm smoking weed. One thing I didn't talk about, which I probably should have mentioned earlier before I got into the whole Barney Bunch thing. I was gonna say, I'm not like quitting drugs, okay? Like I'm still like I've kind of limited what I can do and what I shouldn't do. So I'm allowed to drink. I'm allowed to smoke weed. I'm allowed to do cocaine. Actually, I don't really like cocaine. But I figure it's good to bring out at parties. When you give someone cocaine, that's a really nice thing to do. You're being very nice when you give someone cocaine, and I don't really like cocaine. It reminds me a lot of Ritalin, and I was prescribed Ritalin when I was a very young kid. It's a lot like Adderall for me. I've been diagnosed with ADHD. I think it's such a bullshit term. I don't buy into the ADD ADHD nonsense. But I guess the theory is that if you're ADHD, ADD, whatever, then Coke affects you differently. And I don't mind Coke, but I don't really enjoy it either. I've been sitting on like an 8-ball of Coke that I brought here. It's somewhere here. It's in a box somewhere. I've been sitting on that for like a year, and it's really good Coke. Okay, I don't want to just brag about how good my Coke is, but I got it off the dark web, and I've shared it with a few friends, and they're like, "Damn, this is really fucking good Coke." And it's I know it's good Coke, and I know I could enjoy it, but it's I don't need to. I'm not big on Coke. I like downers, more. So what I need to avoid really, okay, I need to avoid heroin just because it's so unhealthy, and I need to poop. Pooping is healthy. And I need to avoid benzos, Xanax. And that's a big deal. The Xanax is serious, okay? Heroin's kind of more of a joke for me. And I know a lot of people have serious struggles with heroin. I have some friends, who are really deep into a heroin addiction, and it's really rough to watch. And I feel for them. I understand. I know how it happens, and I've only scratched the surface when it comes to that. I'm not a big heroin user. I'm really not. I'll make a gram last a long fucking time. A really long time on that, because I use it like a pussy. But it's not something I should do. But the serious stuff for me is really benzos. If I'm getting into that again, if you guys care about me at all, and I'm getting back into that, try to talk me out of it, man. Because that's bad stuff. I've had problems with it before, and what I went through the past couple weeks, was pretty serious. I almost lost my job. I had to apologize to a lot of people. I had to really. I went through an embarrassing situation. I really did. And it's it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. But I'm glad that I got off to where it was. So I want to, live a more healthy, more positive lifestyle now. So not much is changing. My hiatus is over. I'm going to turn this into a video and upload it. The big update video. And I got to get some dinner, and I got to watch some anime. There's 4 new anime. I'm really big on the seasonal anime now. I won't talk about the shows here, but I want to, do my stuff. But I'm going to make this into a video. I hope this lets you all know what's going on. I'm probably not going to make another video like this for a long, long time. I don't use my voice unless it's important, okay? It's quicker than doing Speakonia, and I feel like having some openness in the community, using your real voice once in a while, being, a human for once rather than just some fucker behind a keyboard. I'm not showing my face or anything like that, but, I'm a real person, and I know you guys are too. So you probably learned quite a bit about me by watching this, or listening to this, I should say. But I'm gonna go do my thing. I hope this gives you an idea of where I'm at and what I expect from the community going forward. And I hope it sheds some light on some things. And, I thank you for listening. And that's it. Blood out.